Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will describe our decorative and very useful basket that I prepared with the missing number of spaghetti tomorrow. Let's take a closer look at our basket. This is what the inside looks like. Wall section. I made this kind of decoration, but you can make different decorations. The base of our basket is like this. The diameter of our basket is 14 centimeters and the length is 9 centimeters. It is very easy and enjoyable to make. I am sure that even those who are new to knitting can easily make such a basket. You can knit and prepare it for yourself. You can give it as a gift. You can even prepare it as a gift on your special days. You can even sell it. They are very neat and beautiful like a mold. Before moving on to our recipe, I would like to make a small request from you. You can subscribe to our channel for free. I would be really happy if you like the video and leave your comments. Let's move on to our detailed recipe. I will use the XSL yarn of spaghetti oil for my basket. Let's look at the features of our yarn. Its content is more than 80% cotton. Less than 20% polyester. It weighs 250 grams and is 90 meters long. Its diameter is 14 centimeters. For a basket that is 9 centimeters long, one piece of the XXL yarn of spaghetti oil is enough. The texture of our yarn is closely knitted like this. It has a beautiful texture. My crochet hook number will also be 6 millimeters. You can determine your crochet hook number according to the tightness and looseness of your knitting. First, we start with the magic ring. I have previously shared a detailed video of how to make your magic ring. I will add the link to the description section of our video. You can play by clicking below. You can reach it. After creating our magic ring in this way, we draw a chain here. We came into the magic ring and directly entered and took out a loop. We have 2 loops. We wrapped them. We knit a tight needle. We entered the magic ring again and took out a loop. Second single crochet, we knit a total of 5 single crochets in this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I pull it a little. I am knitting my short yarn and my 5th single crochet. Here, we are pulling our short yarn from the magic ring to the point we can and closing this middle part to create a neat circle. Now, after 5 single crochets here, look, we have a chain point and the top space of the first single crochet we knitted. Since I want to knit by inserting the top of the first single crochet and hiding the short yarn, I take it over my hook. I took a loop from this point and slipped it from my other loop. This slip point will be our joining and hiding point. Now I am pulling a chain at this point and now, look, there are 5 single crochet points. After the chain, I am inserting the V point of the single crochet we inserted into the top space. That is, I am inserting it in the middle of the single crochet. Look from the back, when I insert it, it will come out like this. I continue knitting by hiding the short yarn. I took a loop from this point. I knit a single crochet again. I insert it into the same space once more. I took out a noose. I am knitting a single crochet. I am inserting it into the next single crochet again. It will come out from the back like this to the next single crochet. We are making the spike pattern by inserting it into the middle part of the single crochet that looks like a V. We are inserting the single crochet into the same space again. We are knitting 2 single crochets. Now we are inserting into each single crochet twice like this until the end of the row. We have come to the end of our row. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double insertions and we also have a slip point at this point. Now I will insert it into this space at the bottom of the chain point where the slip point is. I'm sinking into this slip point like this. I'm taking the short yarn over the hook. I took off a stitch. There are 2 stitches here. I'm waiting. Now look, there is a chain point here. I'm not touching this point at all. The first single crochet we knitted. Look, the single crochet is showing itself. I'm inserting into the back single wing of the single crochet. Look, this is the top space. We'll insert into the back single wing. We took off a stitch from this point. We passed the stitch. We removed through 2 stitches and complete our row. There are 5 double pricked points here. There is also a hiding point. This hiding will continue one by one. We stretch our light stitch and look, we insert into the middle part of the first single crochet we inserted into the back single channel we knitted. We've hidden the yarn enough here. We'll cut and remove this yarn later. We take off a stitch from this point and knit a single crochet again. If you think I'm knitting too fast at this point, you can slow down the video or speed it up. We've knitted our first single crochet. Now look again, we're inserting into the same single crochet again. We're inserting into the middle part of the first single crochet, removing the stitch and knitting our second single crochet into this space. We knitted 2 single crochets again. Now we are inserting the next single crochet again. Look at the middle part. It will come out from the back like this. We made a loop. We are inserting into the same space again and knitting 2 single crochets. Look, this is our hiding and joining point. If you think you will lose this point and get confused, you can put a safety pin like this. This is the point where we hide and join. Now we started the 3rd row here. Each one will be double again, and we have come to the end of the row. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double points. Now the point where we put the hook again is the point where we hide and join. Look, it looks like a single crochet. This is the top space of this single crochet. Look, this is the V point. We are inserting into the very middle of this single crochet. It is slightly slanted to the left. Look, we took a loop from here like this. We are waiting. Look, this is the top space of the first single crochet we knitted. We are inserting into the back single wing. We take a loop from this point and slide it through our other 2 loops, and we have completed the row in this way. When we start the new row, we stretch our loop slightly and insert into the very middle of the single crochet. We insert it into the next back single wing. You will see this very easily when you hold it in your hand. Now we have knitted our first single crochet here. I am inserting into the next single crochet. I am knitting a single crochet again into the very middle. I am inserting into the very middle of the next single crochet. I remove the stitch and knit a tight stitch. Now we proceed to the end of the row by knitting 1 tight stitch for each one. We have come to the end of our row. Look, we are at the last joining point where our hooked needle is. This looks like a normal tight stitch. We insert this joining point right in the middle again. Look, it is a little thicker than the other point, and it is slightly inclined to the left. We remove the stitch from this point. Again, we insert the stitch into the back single channel of the tight stitch we started with and complete our row by sliding the stitch we removed through the other 2 stitches. Now we stretch our stitch slightly again. Now we will double dip the first tight stitch. Look, we can no longer insert it. By giving a spike pattern and coming to the same space again, we knit our second tight stitch. We will knit 1 for the next one. That is, we will do a double and a single. What does double mean? 2 tight stitches in the same space. That is a double and a single. We knit the next one again. That is, we knit 2 tight stitches. We knit our double, the next one single. Look, we will complete this row like this. A pair, that is 2 single crochets in the same space, a pair, a single, a pair, a single. We continue like this until the end of the row. As if until the joining point, we have come to the end of our row. Here we started with a double, we finished with a single. Look, we do not count the hiding point at all. We proceeded as a pair, a single, a pair, a single. We started with a double, we finished with a single, we finished our row. Now we have come to the hiding and joining point here. We do the same process again. We insert the stitch right in the middle. We take a stitch from this point. We insert it into the back single channel of the first single crochet. We take a stitch and slip it from our other 2 stitches. Now we are moving on to our last row. We stretched our stitch again. This time we will start with 2 single crochets. We will knit 1 single crochet to the first single crochet, 1 single crochet to the next one, and double crochet to the next one. So we will make 2 tight stitches. Look, we will make 2 singles and 1 double. In the meantime, 1 single crochet to the next single crochet again, and 1 single crochet to the next. We made our 2 singles. Now we will make a double to this point. We will insert a second single crochet into the same space again. Now we will complete our row in the form of 2 singles, 1 double, 2 singles, 1 double. We have come to the end of our row until the joining point. We started with 2 singles. We finish our row by knitting a double to the last single crochet here. We started with 2 singles. We finish our row with a double. Now we will join the row here, but since this is our last row, it will be a little different. Now we insert the single crochet in our joining row again. We took a loop out of here. Normally we would insert it into the back single wing, This time we will insert it into the headspace. We insert it into the headspace of the first single crochet. We took a loop out. We slide it through our other 2 loops. We stretch our loop slightly and turn our knitting. We insert it again from the gap where the yarn left off and take our hook and remove the loop we left from this gap. It doesn't have to be very long. Let's make it a little shorter. After passing our thread here, look, I take the thread that is here to the opposite side and look, the point we pass the thread is this part. We will immediately sink into the next space. We took our thread to this side, we sank into the first space in the row. We took a loop from this point and slipped it from our other loop. We sank into the next space. We took a loop and recorded it from our other loop. See, we are sinking in reverse. We took a loop and slipped it from our other loop. We will continue by slipping in this way, sinking into each space once. We continue in this way until the end of the row. We have come to the end of our row. We sink into our last spaces. We do our slipping. Now we took our stitch out. Look, this is the first place. This is where we immediately sink into the bottom of the first slip. We also sink into this space. We take a loop and slip it from our other loop, and we have completed the slipping row in this way. Now we make a chain here. After the chain, look, we will start knitting the wall part by turning our knitting like this. We have completed our base in this way. By the way, before we move on to knitting the wall, let's cut and remove the short thread left from the magic ring that is left over here. We no longer need this safety pin here. Now look at this point. We have pulled our chain, the last slip point. We are not touching the chain part that looks like spikes at the bottom of the last slip we made. We are making a loop and knitting a tight stitch by inserting it into the point that looks like a spike that we made a slip. We are inserting into the next slip space. We have made a loop and knitting a tight stitch. We are inserting into the slip points in this way. Look, you will see spikes at the bottom. We are only inserting into the slip points that we made here. We will proceed by inserting 1 single crochet in each of these points until the end of the row. We have come to the end of our row. We insert the last slip point here. We have cast off a loop. We will now hide and join this last single crochet. We are waiting for the loop. We will do exactly the same process we did on the same base. Now we insert the first single crochet into the back single channel of the first single crochet. Look, this is the chained point. We have cast off a loop by inserting into the back single channel of the first single crochet we knitted. We have passed the removed loop by sliding it through our other 2 loops. We are inserting into the exact middle part of the single crochet we inserted into the back single channel by stretching our loop slightly. We have cast off a loop. We are knitting a single crochet. We are inserting into the exact middle part of the single crochet that comes in the next row. We have cast off a loop. We are knitting single crochets. We started our second row. In this way, we will continue to knit our single crochets by inserting once into each single crochet, giving a spike model, until we come to the end of the joining point here. Here we insert the last single crochet we knitted into the middle again. We make a loop in this way. We insert the back single channel of the first single crochet as in the base. We do the hiding and joining in this way. We start a new row by stretching our loop again, inserting the middle part of the first single crochet again, single crochet here. Now we have moved on to our third row again. We will repeat the same process exactly. We will continue to knit the wall part by inserting once into each single crochet. I knitted 7 rows. This number of rows may differ for you. Now I will complete 7 rows. In this way, by making the joining I have shown here, we will move on to making the last finish together. We have completed the wall of our basket. 7 rows were enough for us. 7 rows make 9 centimeters, but as I said, you can make this measurement even longer. Now we have come to the joining point. Look, this point is our joining row. Since this row is our last row, we directly insert the connecting single crochet here. Remove the loop and knit in the normal single crochet manner. Now we insert the loop to the top of the first single crochet that comes here and remove it. we slide the loop that we removed from the other loop. In other words, we will do a tracing. In fact, this is exactly the same as what we did to go up the wall. We insert the loop to the top space of the next single crochet, remove the loop and slide it from our other loop, insert it to the next space and do this process again, inserting once in each one in this way until the end of this row that we first started. We have come to the end of our row. Look here. We insert the slip by inserting the top of the single crochet that we made a secret. Now, after doing it at the last slip point here, we will tie it here. We cut our yarn sufficiently and remove it from our loop in this way. I'm using a smaller number 1 crochet hook at this point, 3.5 millimeters. Look here now. By sinking into the body of the next incoming slide point, this rope is inserted. I'm taking it, and from this point, look at this part, I'm going to pass the rope through this gap. I'm taking the rope out of here. Look, now we're going to complete this rope by hiding it like this. We've made our connection like this. Now we're going to hide our rope here by sinking into the appropriate spaces. Look, it's very regular and nice, and it's also quite hard, like a mold. Now we can move on to decorating. I will use jute rope and ready-made flowers to decorate our basket. You can get these products from many hobby supply stores. Let's start making them right away. Since our basket is not very big, I will make this rope in 3 layers. I adjust it by eye, about 30-35 centimeters. I folded my rope in 3. Here I am cutting the rope that I folded in 3. I immediately create a bow with my yarn that I folded into 3. I hold it like this. At this point I cross it. From here I'm passing through. If you know how to make a different bow, it will work that way too. I make my bow practically like this. And I'm bored. After I create my bow like this, I'm going to cut my strings here. Here I equalize the remaining threads and cut the excess threads like this. Then look, since these flowers are wired, I will place the flower in the middle section first. I wrap it with the help of this wire so that it reaches the middle part of the bow. It is quite solid. Since we will be gluing it with silicone, there will be no detachment, etc. Then look, I take this other flower. I wrap the wire around the flower nicely by placing it on the edge and securing it securely with the help of wire. This is how we completed our basket. Look at the base and the wall part. It turned out very neat and beautiful. I hope you like it and try it. I wish good luck to those who will do it. Don't forget to like our video, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye until we see you in the next video.